Support Rainbow Soul. Check out the Rainbow Soul merchandise for your favorite new shirt. A variety of colors and styles to suit your taste. Show off your love for Rainbow Soul. Get cool designs with your favorite quotes. Designs come in a variety of colors so that you can express your most authentic self. Support Rainbow Soul in spreading the word that queer, gender variant, intersex, transgender is sacred. Rainbow Soul, putting the soul back into queer. Order your unique Rainbow Soul merchandise at rainbowsoul.show.
Welcome to Rainbow Soul, an explorative discussion about spirituality beyond mainstream religions. Hollis Taylor, author, psychic, astrologer, and alchemical mage, brings their non-binary perspective together with fellow drag king and trans man Lacrosse Ortiz, a Jewish Taino with spiritual background of exploration that has led him to an atheist perspective. Join these guys as they explore deep and difficult topics, all related to spirituality, offering a queer perspective, an exploration of interesting topics, and engaging guests to help explore conversations for the Rainbow Soul.
Welcome.
Hi there.
I made it this week.
Yay! Welcome back.
And we're so glad to have you with us today because what a special, Rainbow Soul, this particular one. Mostly just because of the energy of what's going on in the world. And so first I want to introduce myself. My name is Hollis Taylor, and I'm one of the hosts for Rainbow Soul. And I'm also a psychic, witch, and a rather unusual person. But I mostly lead with love. So, Lacrosse, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lacrosse Ortiz. I'm a co-host for Rainbow Soul. I also host Master of None, Jewish Taino, atheist, jack of all trades, master of none. And I'm super excited for the show this week. This is gonna be a real deep thing we're doing here.
Yeah, and
Tell us
I'm
who you
Bright
are.
Hawk, Hollis's partner. Speaking of things we love. And I'm happy to be here. I'm the author of the children's story that is a genderless storybook. It's beautiful. It's called The Dancing Hippo. And I'm a musician and sound healer. And delighted to be back on Rainbow Soul.
Yes, and I want to say that I wasn't sure what we were going to do for a long time leading up to this holiday. I know what the holiday is. It's spring. But I didn't really know what our vibe was going to be. How are we going to do this? What are we going to present to the world, and what would be most useful at this time? And as time drew closer, it just kind of hit me out of nowhere. I was like, oh, we should probably pray for peace in Ukraine because of what's going on. And fortunately, I had a little bit of time to, go research and learn some things. But I think for me, spirituality, churches, and people that are more spiritually aligned in any way, even if they're not religious, if they're just spiritual, I personally think that some of your energy, especially your good energy, should be spread out into the world to do something good. If you can, mean, if you're not having a good time right now, that's cool. But if you're okay and mostly have everything you need, then there should be a sharing of energy and community. And maybe that's just like the way I live my life. But I know that Bright Hawk also lives in service as my partner. And I think you do too, Lacrosse.
But yeah, when I can, the whole thing is like I do the best I can to always try and give positive wherever I go in whatever small fashion that I can. So that way, because you never know who you're going to come in contact with and how your energy affects other people. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just doing something nice in your community. You just did a fundraiser a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yes.
And so that's what I mean. Doing something nice for your community. And we are a community. We are a world, right? We all live on the same freaking planet. And we share this planet. And none of us, I don't think anybody on planet Earth, maybe even the jerk that started it, doesn't want peace, doesn't want war, right? Like most people want peace, but how we get there is seen differently.
Yeah.
And I think most of us right now would love to have peace in the Ukraine, even though it seems far away. And some people might be watching this in a country that is affected, like Poland, or who knows, even Russia. I don't know. But I know that we definitely do have listeners there, in Europe, in Central Europe. And so I'm just going to say that if you are affected, this energy is for you. If you are somehow catching this show, this is for you. We are praying for peace in the Ukraine for a reason, because we recognize that people, um, they need it, and that what they're going through right now sucks, right?
Yeah, it's just insane what's going on in the world, and that only one person wants it, the war, and the rest of the world has come together in a beautiful way. I think the unity that's been shown has been surprising and beautiful, and uh, the best thing we can do is come together and pray for peace.
And
Absolutely.
especially for those of us that don't feel like we have a whole lot of power in the world. Like,
Right?
I'm not making the decision of what to do about the Ukraine, and I'm not sure I could. And maybe there's information I don't know, but also, like, the politicians and the leaders and the people that are fighting and the people that are having to deal with it, whether you're taking in refugees or helping people travel or whatever it is, it's got to be, I'm not that person. I'm here at my home in America. What do I do? I could sit around and worry, which I do have a tendency to do. So instead, what I did was I said, let's try to focus that energy, and let's try to focus it on one intention. And that's where intention comes in. So today, our intention is to bring peace in the Ukraine, and in that, especially along the border for Russia and Ukraine there, and that whole area. Just we're mostly, that's our intention. So when I was like, okay, community, who out there would like to help us pray for peace in the Ukraine? There were people that stepped up. Now, the
Yeah.
one of the people that stepped up, I was like, thank goodness, because I need some help writing this. So, and putting this together. And so, a good friend that comes and helps us with ritual a lot, Cricket, was like, I'm willing. Yes, this sounds like something we need to do. So, I'm going to welcome out Cricket. Welcome.
Hey, Cricket.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me, everyone. It's really joyous to be here despite these serious circumstances, to be able to channel, like you said, to channel our energy into positive prayer, because prayer really does work as we sit and give our intentions to the universe. If we worry, the universe gets excited and gives us more to worry about, quite honestly. But if we can turn that over and pray for what we hope, what we wish to see happen, what we feel in our loving hearts, we really can add to the collective whole. So I'm really glad to be able to be a part of that tonight.
Well, thank you for offering your words and your time and your energy to help me put this together. And as we
Mhm.
started to reach out in the community, I was moved to have a good friend back who was here last time. So I want to welcome Erin. Welcome, Erin. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so grateful. Thank you for
So am
being
I.
willing
So
to step up.
absolutely, thank you, thank you for involving me. And I think the point everyone's hitting on is the hope that's coming from everyone else being against it and being for the poor, for the peace. The hope that comes out of that is so poignant and beautiful. It's been, while this is horrible to watch, that's been one of the good things to see the humanity.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, that's been really beautiful. And one of the things that I was really thinking about when I thought about this, doing this ritual, is I was like, okay, well, we can make our ritual with whatever intention we want, but how do we style it? And one of the things that I came across was I was like, well, I've I sometimes have had a little bit of interest in the last couple of years about the Slavic people, which is generally in Central Europe. They were, you know, people that lived long ago before we have all these borders and such. And they were the people that lived in that area. And they were mostly farmers and, they grew lots of delicious food and things like that. So, of course, they honored the seasons because if you're going to have your food, you got to get used to the seasons. And so I just looked it up just to see what would come up. And I put Slavic traditions with LGBTQIA themes. And boom, one came jumping out at me as I started to look through a couple of websites that feature this type of thing. And boom, pops out this amazing god who, or a deity. I'm going to use the word deity because we used to use god and goddess, but I feel like deity is something that's like gender neutral.
Bigger.
And it's bigger than that because I'm not sure that our deities have genders. I mean, it's just a guess. Maybe it's because I'm non-binary. I don't know. But for me, it seems kind of like, yeah, sometimes they may take on a feminine or a masculine feel, but in general, they're gender non-specific. And so I also was pulled by this deity because typically, or in their tradition written in their books, we found that a lot of in the villages that were celebrating spring, so somewhere between like Ostara and Beltane, a woman would dress as a man, and that's pretty much what the words say, and come and announce to the village that it was spring. And so I was like, oh, that's such like drag before we had drag, right? And I was like, that's fabulous. We have to do that. And it was sort of this Pan type of image, like Peter Pan type of energy. And that feels very fresh, right? And I think that's really what the Ukraine needs as spring starts to come into them. If they had that fresh energy and also the transformational energy that could help really change things. And so when I decided to focus the festival, the ritual on Yarilo, which is the name of this deity, Yarilo, um, I had to look around for a person that would fit this. And I was like, come on, there's got to be a non binary person that would just love to do this. And boom, here they showed up just like that. And I was like, perfect. And when they told me what they were going to do, I was like, get on board. So I want to welcome our good friend, Eve. Eve, welcome.
Welcome, Eve. Oh my goodness.
Now,
On a horse, no less.
welcome. Tell us who you are, Eve. Tell us about who you are. Not just the deity that you're playing tonight, but
My name is Eve Brown. I do actually do some drag performance under the name Jamie Angel. And I'm also an artist and designer. So when as well as also being a interfaith minister. So it was like all this just kind of when Hollis said about, a horse, doing the horse thing. I've made stick horses before. It's been a while, but I've done it. And so I was like, that would be really fun. and the ones I had done before were more like, when you're a kid and you make them, and that, so I was really at the early end of things. But having a cricket device now, I figured I'd give it a try. The universe tried to throw everything at me it could, so I ended up having to get adventurous, and that because I thought I had certain supplies and I didn't. So this horse has the more creative and fabulous feel to it of being a bit more mystical. But yes,
That's okay. It's perfect because Yarilo riding a unicorn would be probably a modern image, because Yarilo was seen as kind of magical.
yes.
Because he would just arrive and he was this like beautiful, like some of the images you're like, dude looks like a bodybuilder
Oh
with
yeah.
no shirt. You're like, where's all the gay guys? You're waiting.
Yes, it seems like and one of the things was I noticed some of the colorations in there. Some of them had silver and some had gold. So I was kind of happy that with the supplies I had, the horse could have the gold and I could do the silver thing.
Perfect. Fantastic. I think it's perfect. And I just want to say, friends, if you are putting together your own Ostara ritual, which is actually today and tomorrow, in my opinion, it's for 2 days. And it's about like the beginning of spring. That's what's happened, right? We've stepped over into spring. It's also the astrological new year. So when you go all the way around the chart, today marks the line between Pisces and Aries. So the sun is now moving into Aries season, which is more spring. So, so that's kind of what's happening. And so if you're planning a ritual, make sure that you have an intention that fits with what in your life. It could be anything. Maybe you need peace in your world. Maybe you need peace in your heart. Maybe you need to make a wish about something else. And I think Ostara is really great for making wishes. Does anyone have any other ideas or inputs about Ostara as a holiday, like what you honor or what you can make your rituals about?
Well, what comes to my mind is when I think of spring cleaning, a time of cleansing everything out, and a time of removing like all the negativity, all the dust, the dirt, the no good, and cleaning it up and embracing all the new. That's kind of what I kind of get from that.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Well, and it definitely seems like a time to start prepping seeds as well. So, spring planning on what you're going to be planting is this is the time. And we still have snow on the ground and expect more snow tomorrow. But we're doing our little cups, and now we have a little graduation to the next size cup. So definitely planting.
Planting our seeds and getting ready. I think that's also about ideas. Yeah. Like new, fresh ideas. I think that's kind of where the wish comes from, where it's like, hey, so now I got rid of that crap. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna put there, or what am I gonna do instead? So, yeah, that's kind of a Stara's vibe, right?
I feel it's a time of manifestation too, because the dark of the year, right from Samhain around Halloween time to Candlemas around Groundhog Day, is the darkest part of the year, and that's the time of dreaming. That's when we remember the things that we loved in the light part of the year. We plan for what we want to do or save our money for, or, you know, collect our supplies for. And now we're going to start doing, like you said, you've got your seeds in your little cups and you're moving them to the next cups and so forth. So it's the time where we do begin to manifest the new as the light returns for us. You know, we won't start having harvest until summertime, but we definitely are beginning to start the action part of manifesting our dreams.
Yeah.
The thing I note is the wishing when you can, in your, when you set your intention, the more you actually can envision it at that moment, the more powerful it is. Ostara of 2011 was the first time I actually did a formal, you know, ritual thing rather than just, you know, something a little more individual and chaotic. I don't want to say chaotic, but free form, I should say. And that night, it was a super moon, and it actually, at one point when I made a wish on it, it looked like a heart, and I captured a picture of it, and the wishes did come through. The wish did come to fruition, and that was 2011. Chris and I had not reconnected yet, but 2015, Chris and I got married on Ostara.
Ah.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
But I would encourage anyone who's experiencing times where they feel like, you know, it's hopeless. It's not hopeless, but envision what you see the fulfillment being, but also be open to the universe bringing it in, bringing things about in a surprising way that you might not expect.
Thus, this saying in my book, my Dancing Hippo book, I'm willing to be delightfully surprised by how sweet this life can be. You know, sometimes we get what we expect, right? So if we can walk around saying, I'm willing to be delightfully surprised, things tend to work out in a much better way. I'm proof. I've had things really go better than I could possibly imagine. And so grateful for how many times I'd said that, probably thousands. It's very good.
Yeah, I like that one too. Works for me too. Does anyone else have anything else?
Unsurprisingly, mine is turning to thoughts of food, but turning to thoughts of food in a way that wraps up kind of what everyone was saying of, yes, this is the time of the planting and the seeds, and yes, this is the time where everything is getting lighter, but we do actually see that in how we treat our bodies with food. Everything is getting a little bit lighter, a little bit fresher. The veggies are starting to, even though we're only planting the seeds now for the future harvest, we're going away from the stews and the casseroles and the very heavy hold you inside and hold you comfortable to the things that are guaranteed to give you a little bit more energy. The green and the leafy and all of the freshness brings us out of our state of hibernation too.
It's a really good point. We had a really yummy fresh fruit smoothie this morning that felt like spring. It felt like sunshine.
I woke up and I was like, let's go to Costa Rica. And because Costa Rica is like the best tropical, like if you want a tropical smoothie, go to Costa Rica. But of course we couldn't just fly off to Costa Rica this morning, but we did bring it in with our food. And so
That's great.
Yeah, totally with you on that. Aaron, like feeling like that spring, because I eat in season. So I have only a couple butternut squashes left that I've been eating through for the whole winter. And as those get we'll have to buy more vegetables. So, and hopefully those will be things like broccoli and asparagus, which I actually just had for lunch. So, so exactly. So, and you're right, like eating in season, eating the more green stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely what happens. Food is part of us. And I think that was a big deal for the Slavic people. So I just want to say that that was like a big deal for them, and understandably so, right? So, um, so I thought we would start to get things started here, and I want to invite the community that's listening. Whether you're listening to this live or in the replay or on the podcast, please take a minute to like focus your heart a little bit. And I'm totally cool with if you listen to it first and then listen to it again and do it again, because sometimes I need to hear the whole thing so I know what's going to happen and then I can be more in it. And so if you feel like you need to do that to set your intention more clear, please do that. And if you just close your eyes with us, even if it's in a replay, it's like almost like technology holds it for you. Like I recorded it on Sunday night, but you didn't get to it till Monday night, and that's okay because that's what technology for. It holds it just for you so that when you're listening to it in the replay, now it's time for you to add your energy to that same intention, which is the peace in Ukraine, right? So I think most of us could get on board with that. And so as we all take a deep breath, we have the beautiful music of Bright Hawk. Just take this minute to relax your whole body. Start with your toes. Just kind of sway to the music and just let it all melt. Let it all melt away and become present in the now.
Tonight, we celebrate the return of spring. New birth, Ostara, the light within. The Slavic god Yarilo brings us renewed life force. Woman dressed as man upon a noble horse. A sacred reminder of the energy we each hold. Transforming, rejuvenated, breaking out of our mold. Where Yarilo walks, fertility generates birth. Peace, strength, and abundance return to the earth. Join us now, blessed directions, heed our call. We cast the circle for one and all.
The circle is cast, so mote it be. I am air, the element found in the east. For intellectual compassion leads to great peace. With winds of change, I lift you up on high. I come to you now in answer to your cry. I represent wisdom in right relation and gift you the words to protect this human nation. Shifting of seasons out with the old, as divine air whispered, renewal I bestow.
I am fire, the element connected to the south. Through transmutation and evolution, realization abounds. Conflagration of innovation, I bring in the new. I am with you now to reconfigure your view. I represent strength in moderation and favor you with radiance to protect this human nation. shifting of seasons, out with the old. As celestial fire, brilliant revival, I disclose.
I am water, the element which cascades from the west, nurturing, nourishing, sustaining this quest. An agent of transformation, I wash away fears. I join you now and bless your sacred tears. From me springs authenticity and emotional foundation. I grant the serenity to protect this human nation. Shifting of seasons out with the old, as purest of water, I abundantly flow.
I am Earth, the element that stands in the north, bringing unity, solidarity, and harmony forth. With manifestation of interconnectedness, I show the way. I materialize for you as together you pray. I am fortitude and determination to fearlessly protect this human nation, shifting the seasons out with the old. Consecrated earth, I bring resurrection foretold.
Spirit is ever present, oh, guiding through life's lengthy hall. Tonight I come as Yarilo, guardian of Slavic mythos, personified in the ancestors. Personified, I bring the ancestors to us. I answer your plea for protection, shelter, honor, returning each spring, like the symbolic Psanky you offer. Shifting of seasons, out with the old, I am here. I am listening with ancestors bold.
So, thank you so much, all of you. And thank you, Yarilo, for blessing this ritual. Do you want to show your Psanky? Mm-hmm. So, in honor of Yarilo, now I've had Psanky. They are eggs that are decorated with in a traditional Ukrainian tradition. These are traditional Ukrainian um, style. Some of them are harder, some of them are easier, right? And if you take a look at them, they're made with like a candle and a special tool, and you have to do it in layering. You have to really have a good idea of what your plan is, coloring wise, and you dip them in to the dyes. But I will say that there is beeswax and a candle used um, to change what color it is. And it's very meditative, okay? It's a very meditative task, very adult way of decorating eggs, let me just say. And so this here is one that I made for this year and for this particular ritual because this is full of Slavic um, symbology. And this symbol right here is for Yarilo. For they have a symbol for almost every single one of their deities, and this is Yarilos. And then we also have this, which is a symbol of protection from evil, and a protection from harm of any kind. And we also have these little like flower type looking things. And they're actually like a diamond in the middle with little petals around it. So they're actually special little flowers, and they are meant to bring peace among families because the Slavic people also lived in Russia and they also lived over where the Ukraine is. So, and they were all family. We're all family, right? We're all part of the human family. And so when I did this, that's exactly what I was thinking was peace in Ukraine. And so the whole time that I did these two eggs, I tried to focus on peace and maybe creative solutions to finding peace. I don't know what that is, but I'm hoping that our leaders know what that is. And so that's exactly what I put here. And this here is also a protection symbol for the Slavic people. So these are Psanky. These are eggs that I've decorated that are blown out so you can keep them year after year. And these two were made in honor of Yarilo. And praying for peace in Ukraine because the tradition to honor the Slavic tradition would be to offer Psanky to Yarilo. So I will be sending you an egg, Eve. I will be sending you a Yarilo egg. Literally, I'll mail it, and because to embody it is also to follow through on the tradition, even if that means using my traditional mail system, right? And so one of my traditions of making wishes is kind of a fun thing. And this is a candle I made just for this holiday. And it's actually made from recycled wax. Pretty proud of myself for collecting all the bottoms and reusing them. This is a beautiful manifestation of that. And there's 3 wicks in this candle because I like the magic number 3. And so one wish, much like we do at Yule, one wish is for you personally, another wish is for your community around you, and the other wish is for the world. So I'm going to invite you as I light each one. I'll say my wish, and then including people that are watching live, please, I can see your comments, Sandy. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I imagine there's also some other people commenting on like other pages, and I can't see them. So sorry if I'm not if I haven't responded to you. That's probably why. So try to catch it on the Rainbow Soul page. If you comment there, I will definitely see it. In the meantime, we're gonna try to make some wishes here for our Ostara ritual. And so the first thing that I want to ask for is peace in my body. So as me personally, I would like to wish for peace in my body. That my body just functions the way it's supposed to, and there's no more of this transition. So I've been going through a transition for years now, a hormonal transition, and it's been years. And now I really want it to come to an end, to find peace in that. So I'm going to light my first one, and I invite everyone else to please say your wish out loud or type it in the chat because there are power in the words that you say. There are power in the words that you write.
All right, well, I'll go next since I'm sitting here next to you. So beautiful, your beautiful candle. I'm going to wish for peace to come through in my family, that we are able to find our way to peace. I'm willing to be delightfully surprised.
Does anyone else have a wish?
I'd like to wish for peace in my home since soon it'll be empty and my
Oh,
children will be gone. So peace in my home and in theirs.
okay.
I would like to wish for the ability to be an agent of peace. I came from a rather disruptive background at one time, and as we all know, it takes a little while to unravel the imprinting that we were given in our formative years. And I have worked very hard to find peace, not just for myself, but to exhibit that peace in my actions and my choices and my words. So I would like to wish for that, that I may share the peace that I found within, share it without as well.
I would like to wish for increased knowledge and understanding to be able to mediate peace in challenging circumstances, particularly for those who are often excluded from the legal processes that should be able to help them, but are marginalized instead.
Blessings, yeah, on that work.
Yes.
I hope for peace within my head and within the head of all of those who suffer from being ostracized, from being removed from family. May we all find the peace in our minds to know that we are worth all of it.
Blessed be.
Sandy said, I wish for peace and understanding in everyone's heart and mind.
Blessed
Thank you,
be.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Yes, Hannah, we can see you. We can see you now. Hannah, I can see you. Yep. And the next wish, Hannah, if you have a personal wish, please put it in the chat because then we can feature it for you. The next wish is intended for your community. That means the people around you. It could be your family, could also be your neighbors, or for me, it's going to be the LGBTQ community. I'm consistently confronted with things that trigger LGBTQIA people. And one of the things that I consistently tend to repeat is, if LGBTQIA people can't stand together with each other and gently correct each other and gently help each other be a better person, then who the hell are we to ask for respect and love from outside of that? We need to love and respect each other. We need to see that our gender expressions are valid no matter how it comes through, fluid or not, whether you're just, whether you express feminine or masculine on different days, doesn't matter. Those kinds of things shouldn't matter. We should just all love each other because we all know that we're all queer. And so just be with our diversity, including our allies, and gently correct when there's something wrong. And do we have to tear everything down? Do we have to be so critical? And that's the kind of question that I'm hoping LGBTQ people can ask themselves before they go around correcting and, starting discourse. So I'm just going to say that. That's what I wish for. Is peace and standing together, unity of the LGBTQIA community. Anyone else?
I would like to wish for peace also within my community. We were out yesterday running errands, and there are still an awful lot of political signs posted in front of people's homes, and we live in a very rural area, and some of the signs were rather angry. And I really would like to wish for peace because we all are part of the human community. And we can have differences of opinion without attacking each other over them. So I would like to wish for a coming together, a heart in a heart place for the physical community that I live in.
Beautiful. I guess I would add that this week in particular is another Mars is squaring Uranus. And when these squares happen, Mars is the god of war and Uranus is nuclear. So it's intense. And it's like all you can do is maintain your center, right? Which was for the last one. And for this one, I would say something similar to what you've both have said about community. And I worry about the youth. I really worry about young people in Florida and Texas. And now, you know, it goes on and on. And so I pray for peace in all of these places. And I've recently been meditating on, for me, the path of peace is certainly not the path of worry. It's the path of appreciation. It's the path of gratitude. So instead of spending time talking about war, we're spending time talking about and praying for and with the Yarilo and the Slavic cultures. And I give great thanks for every time we are tempted to be distressed, that we take a breath and we find instead what we can be grateful for.
Touching on almost a link between all of the above, but for me specifically, I pray for peace and strength within the trans community from all of the laws and from being put in a spotlight that most of us didn't ask for. Most of us just want to go about our lives and just live, and that's one of the other universal human things is we want to stay safe enough and we want to just go about our lives. We're not trying to influence policy or have all of these things brought out, but especially as was mentioned about the kids, of to be told that we all know as elder queers, we all know what it's like to be told that we're not valid. Now we absolutely know 100% sure that we are, and we're seeing the kids being told the same things or being denied the chances for it. So yes, the peace is needed, but the strength within ourselves to hold each other up to the attacks is also needed to find that peace.
I think I would say I wish for healing and love surrounding the community, especially the young people, that each young LGBTQIA youth will have somebody or a set of somebodies that can be a surrogate parent at times when they're feeling rejected by family, or be a teacher when they feel the need of a teacher who understands what they're going through and who can be there for them as an adult, who gives a care about them, regardless of whether they've done something right or done something wrong. That either way, they'll have people who will be there for them and with them and help to heal their wounds.
I'd like to wish peace for my people and people of color, indigenous people. Social injustice is still happening, and and racism is still alive and well. So I would love to pray for peace for my people so that they can live in a world where they're not judged by the color of their skin or their culture or their background.
Blessed be.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lacrosse, for making sure that was said. So I want to bring in our other listeners. Hannah's personal wish was pray for inclusion to happen everywhere. Inclusion. That's beautiful. I really appreciate that wish. Jonathan Napper said, I wish for peace, steadiness, learning, and patience through any turbulence, quest for knowledge, and growth within my personal and spiritual communities. May our positive waves carry to all who need a little piece of our wishes. The entire world is connected. Well said, Jonathan. Well said.
Yes, indeed. Love that.
Hannah's wish was, I wish for inclusion of all, no matter what abilities or disabilities they have. Yes, we have so much to learn from people with so-called disabilities. I still have a hard time agreeing that they're disabilities. Yeah, they can't do that thing, but they have usually a lot of other things they can't do. So that I can't do. So
We are best when we are a rainbow.
I appreciate everything that everyone brings to the table. So I totally wish for that too, Anna. And Gloria said, I wish for better discernment and self protection in my relationships so my communication and authenticity rests on stable ground. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure many of us could use that, Gloria. Hannah's wish is, I wish for inclusion for every person, no matter what they identify with. No labels. Someone said, which I'm not sure exactly who you are. Sorry, I can't give you credit, but my wish is for the members of my community and my neighborhood to find that financial and physical property surprisingly blossoms in their lives. Well, that's a beautiful wish. Sandy is supporting them all. All beautiful wishes. May they all come true.
Blessed be.
Now this
So
next,
mote it be.
so mote it be. And this next wish is for the world. And I'm first of all moved by the leader of the Ukraine, Zelensky. He's moved me as a leader, which hasn't happened in a really long time. Most leaders move me to anger. But this guy, he moves me to go, okay, all you other leaders, look at him.
This is what you do.
Because this is how you do it, okay, man? And I really feel that way. And I really feel that he's an important figure in our world. So I wish that other leaders would follow the example of him. And also that the people of Ukraine, in their most creative ways of overcoming this insanity, may that come through and bring peace to those people. May it bring peace to the land of Ukraine.
Mir. Peace in Russian.
I wish for peace for the earth, from the earth. I'm reading a book, a friend of mine's latest book called Earth Grief by Stephen Harry Buhner. And I've only just begun it, but I've heard him speak of this several times. And he talks about how so many of us are disconnected from the reality of the physical planet, of nature, of our surroundings, of our climate. and that science, in its quest for purity, also disconnects from the language of the heart. That if we are observing and learning in a heartfelt way, we're not being totally objective according to the tenets of modern science. So, my prayer for the world is for the world, that the peace that the earth originally came with. And of course, there's always disruption, there's always storms, and there's always, survival of the fittest and so forth. So it's not, I'm not asking for some kind of, Disney fairy tale world ending here. But overall, to appreciate and understand and bring within ourselves the peace of the earth and to give that back to her.
Nice. Beautiful. Well said. Yes.
I feel very, very grateful in that regard that we live on a mountain, at the top of a mountain where we can really be in that vibration. And Ukraine, I haven't been there. I have been in the Baltic, but not that area. But I know there are beautiful lands and beautiful forests, and as we have stressed many times, we are one race, the human race, and coming together to pray for peace is not a futile experience. It is a very powerful, a very potent, a very deep echoing that is carried through the crystals in the earth. It is carried by the breeze. It is carried by the waters. It is carried by the stars. We are all connected. We know this. And the sooner we can let go of our addiction to violence as a human race, the better off everyone in the universe will be. Peace. May peace prevail.
I'd like to wish or pray for whether you're in the mountains of beautiful Colorado or in the ghettos of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Remember that it's still all a part of the earth.
That's right.
And it is our responsibility to care for it. Whatever little piece you have, whatever little piece of land you have, or a little cardboard box, I pray that people will come to realize the importance of caring for the Earth Mother, no matter where you are.
I wish blessings of protection upon all beings, because when Brighthawk mentioned the conjunct of those particular two together, war and nuclear, and knowing what we have seen with Putin, we need a blessing of protection for all beings, both the human beings, the animal beings, the plant beings, and the interdimensional beings that are part of our life sphere as well, the fairies and other elements that we appreciate and honor and respect, and that more respect will be granted to those other realms that help to keep things here going better.
And as our wishes are carried by the music, put together in this magic thing we call technology, May they all come together and burn bright and carry our true heart's intention. Jonathan Napper said, "Maybe we be aware of ourselves. May we be aware of the earth. May we be rooted. May we be harmonious and work together. May we find ourselves in every element. May we see ourselves and our ancestors in the reflection of starlight as we float along on this journey." Blessed be. And is there anything else? Anything else that we might wish for?
I wish for the after effect of the peace, which is the strength and the hope and the love that can be rebuilt.
Yes. And the path to peace is often here. My brother brought this through. Quellen said, "I wish for better understanding of ourselves, between each other and for all humans, creatures, and beings." Exactly, Quellen. Because in understanding comes peace. If you understand somebody, it's easier to have compassion for them, and it's easier to find peace. And I think that's why a lot of us are pushing for peace, and why people spend hours on news stations trying to figure out why this guy is doing that, right? Because we're trying to seek to understand where he's coming from and why he's doing it. And Gloria said, "I wish for balance between tolerance and advocacy. So we aren't passive or aggressive, but pacing ourselves to make a steady, gradual change." That's beautiful, Gloria. Beautiful. Yeah. Balance is essential. Planet Earth needs balance. And so do each one of us. And Hannah said, "I wish we could find a way to be free of pain. Find healing for both our physical and spiritual health." Well, Hannah, I want to share with you that there is a monk meditation that helps you understand how pain serves us. I have done it, so I'll have to share it with you. I'm trying to remember the name. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I learned it from Pema Chodron, but I can't remember. It's a particular type of meditation, and I'll try to share that with you later, Hannah.
Not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not for the faint of heart. But the monks have definitely sat with that wish many times, Hannah. And so I want to thank everyone for participating in this, for showing up, for doing whatever you did. Thank you, Eve, for bringing in Yarilo with us, and Aaron for showing up and being present with us. Cricket for writing these beautiful invitations.
As ever, always.
And Lacrosse for hosting and being willing to do this. You're not even a witch, but general. And thank you, Bright Hawk, for this magnificent music. It wouldn't be the same without that.
Well, I think we have one piece left that we really must do.
And your wisdom.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to say thank you in ritual, because I wanted it to be like sacred. Like, this is a true thank you from the monk within me, from the divine androgen that I am. I thank each one of you for being here.
Thank you, Hollis, for giving us a place to put forth all of our talents and share and bring this to the community. Because without you, none of us would be doing this either.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes.
I give great thanks for Rainbow Soul because that's part of when I worry about the kids and when I worry about what's happening outside in the world, I go, well, at least there's Rainbow Soul. At least there's this incredibly safe place for this beautiful rainbow voice. And what a great thing you do in the world, both of you. You guys really are offering some beautiful love for the world. On behalf of the Rainbow Nation, I would like to thank you.
Beautiful.
I've never spoke for a rainbow before.
Well, rainbows have a lot to say. They're very diverse. All right. Well, let's get our closing.
Are
And
we gonna do the love song?
Yes,
Oh.
yes. Let's do that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Because good grief, there's a lot on the plate, and I didn't make it.
So, one of the easiest ways for us to all create world peace is to start with ourselves. Because each one of us, let's face it, each one of us is the center of our world, right? You're the center of your world, just like I'm the center of mine. So when each one of us focuses on sending love out into our world, well, guess what, my friends? We make world peace a reality. Are you ready to do that with me? It's really easy. Here we go. Blessings to all beings. Blessings to all beings. May all beings know peace. May all beings know peace. Blessings to all beings. Blessings to all beings. May all beings know peace. May all beings know peace.
No peace,
Healthiness and joy. Healthiness and
happiness, and joy,
passion and love. Compassion and
passion
love.
and love,
Healthiness and joy. Healthiness
health
and
and
joy.
joy,
Passion and
passion and
love.
love,
Compassion and
passion
love. All
and
together
love.
now. Love, love,
Love,
love. Love, love,
love,
love. It's what we've got for each other. Love, love, love. All
love,
around the world. Love, love, love. To our friends in Ukraine. Blessings to all beings. May all beings know peace. Blessings to all beings. May all beings know peace.
peace,
Healthiness and joy. Healthiness and joy. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Here we go. Love, love, love. Love,
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 love. I hope you feel our love. Love,
love,
love. Love, love, love. It's the best part of being. We each have our own world, our own bubble. We each have our own world, and we can make world peace together by sending out our love. Love, love, love. Just send out your love to your world. To your world. All together now. Here we go. Love, love, love. I hope you feel our love. Love, love. To everyone in your world. Love, love, love. All around the world we love, love, love. We each have our own world, our own bubble. My bubble, my bubble, my bubble. It's filled with love and light. Your bubble, your bubble, your bubble. It's filled with love and light. Our bubble, our bubble, our bubble. It's filled with love and light. It's filled with love and light. Here we go now. Love, love, love. You feel our love, love, love. We are sending it to you. Love, love, love. We love you. Love, love, love. Blessings to all beings. May all beings know peace. Blessings to all beings. May all beings know peace. Healthiness and joy. Happiness and joy. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Love, love, love. I hope you feel our love, love, love. It really does make a difference. Love, love, love. You make a difference. Love, love, love. We love you. Love, love, love. Yay!
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Bread Hawk. I love that song.
That's how we
It always
play the
reminds
World
you-
Peace Game.
It always reminds you to take care of yourself first and then send out your love and caring to the rest of the world. Be way more effective. It was always a good reminder for me when we were doing Let's Dance. So yeah.
Yeah, I miss doing Let's Dance. That was fun.
Yeah. So, now we can start to close our ritual. I'll play the same visuals if you happen to be watching live. There are visuals to help you focus your energy. So, if you decide you want to do this more intensely, you can come back and watch the video, and there are visuals to help you. So, as we close, may all of the positive energy and of us coming together as a group help all of our wishes come true, especially peace in Ukraine right now.
Spirit is ever present, all guiding through through life's lengthy hall. Tonight I came as as Yarilo, guardian of Slavic mythos. I bless you humans for welcoming me home to herald spring's arrival with wisdom, with winter flown. Together with ancestors, I hear your call for peace. The future reveals what is sown is what we reap. Remember that the Psanky represent life, fertility, spring. 'Tis often the greatest challenges that vital awarenesses bring. I go as I shall, but appear to you, one people, one planet, shared destiny to fulfill.
I thank you humans for calling me here. As the entity of Earth, I am both generous and austere. Together is the path forward, unity fundamental. Learn to care for all as one, intercontinental. Each spring life returns, both timeless and new. Gather for this eternal lesson. Let it carry you through. I go as I shall, but stand with you still. One people, one planet, heedful of what you build.
I acknowledge you humans for bringing me forth. As soul of water, I both consume and support. Together we flow, seeking continuity. What is meant shall stand strong, so mote it always be. In spring comes rains, revitalizing the land. Tears from heaven, focusing hearts and hands. I go as I shall, but abound with you still. One people, one planet, hopeful hearts filled.
I recognize you humans for summoning me tonight. As spirit of fire, I am both shadow and light. Together we move into a new reality, sometimes destroying to create in actuality. Spring combines opposites, both sun and rain, bringing new cycles of growth in unending refrain. I go as I shall, but enlighten you still. One people, one planet, manifesting what thou will.
I hear you, humans, both your words and your prayers, for the essence of air is ever present everywhere. Together we learn to walk our talk, voices united, a peaceful future to concoct. Spring is a fresh start, a time of new birth. Each breath a chance to bring peace to this earth. I go as I shall, but rise with you still. One people, one planet, blessed and tranquil. And the circle is open, but never broken. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.
And may the spirit of peace forever live in your heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful music.
My pleasure as always.
And I want to thank all of our viewers. You guys are so important because, well, without
what's
you,
a show without an audience, right?
right?
Blessings.
And we totally appreciate you. Thank you, Sandy, Mary Meet, Mary Part, and you like that, Sandy? That is a very traditional closing to witches gatherings of all kinds. Mary Meet, Mary Part, Mary Meet again. Of course, it's very old and been passed down. And it's very sweet. So thanks for noticing. Yeah, it's a pretty classic traditional closing. Um, So I've always liked it myself, so I agree with you. And we love all of you, and we want to say thank you. And we definitely want to send our love to the people in Ukraine and the kids and families in Texas and Florida and Illinois, I think it is. Was the other
Idaho.
Idaho? Sorry, and it was one of those states. Um, and I'm gonna do a quick reading. For all of us on Ostara. This is actually a great day to do a reading. So if you have cards and you want to do a reading for yourself, now is a great time because it's sort of an in between, and so it's said that this is a good time to get into for your intuition to come up. And actually, it's even in the stars, so your intuition will be peaked right now with Neptune doing its little dance. So if you do any kind of intuitive readings or anything like that, please do a reading. And so I'm going to pull 3 cards, and these 3 cards are meant for everyone that's listening right now, everyone that's in this ritual, everybody that listens to the replay. Please take what you like, take what's meant for you, what resonates with you, and leave the rest, okay? And because not everything's meant for everyone. And this first card is about our past, and this is very much makes me think of the badass. This is I'm going to make sure that they can see my lips. This is the person, this is the energy that we have that's very sort of badass, sort of starting fights a little bit and stuff like that. And I think this is really about what we've seen, not just like in the Ukraine and stuff, but also, of course, in Texas and around in various places in the United States, have had some rather bully energy. And as soon as I looked at this card, that's exactly what hit me in the head was that bully energy that we've all had to deal with. We've all had a bully in our life. We've all had somebody, and if you haven't, take a look around. They're all over the place. They're changing laws in other states to make it impossible for some people to even be there. So I want to say that's what this is about. This is to see those people for who they are. See them for who they are, recognize, and also try to have some like understanding or maybe some compassion of why they're so maybe disconnected from the rest of the world. Because you notice this guy's like way out in the desert, and that's kind of a place that you can feel very disconnected from the world. So, so just want to say that and try to recognize that in these people that have done some bullying, whether they've changed the laws in a crazy way for trans people or they've started a war or whatever they've done, or they've picked on the little you, a bully is a bully. And they're angry clearly at themselves and also at the world. So just be aware of that dynamic. And this card is the right now. This card is about temperance. It is, oops, they can't see my lips. This card is about temperance. It means balance. It's about holding the balance. And if you notice, this person's rather gender non-binary, that you don't know what gender they are. And they're pouring things that look like shouldn't be going into that glass in that way. And you're kind of like, what? And that's what this is all about. This is about temperance. This is finding the balance, finding creative ways to do that so that we can have a world of a better place. And balance is part of it. And that's what this is all about. This is all about balance. And that's what they're asking us right now. The universe is guiding us to try to hold balance and to recognize balance when we need it and how to bring balance into our world. And this final card is the star. This is about that we will reach an evolutionary, we are headed towards an evolutionary step for humanity. And that's what this card is all about. It's about going forward. It's about seeing ourselves in the stars, knowing that we're connected to the universe. This is about seeing different manifestations of humans and how humans can change and adapt, and we're resilient and things like that. So that's what this is a reminder of going forward, is that in our future, we are a resilient breed. Um, and if you take a look around, humans have survived a lot of crap. So that's exactly what this is about. This is a reminder that we will survive, that we are solid.
Hmm.
So all three cards, I'm hoping, will bring you some understanding about what's happening right now, including the bullies in our world, including holding balance, right? Holding balance the best we can, and stepping forward into the stars and remembering that we come from the stars. Okay. So if anyone else
Oh,
has
I'm really
anything
digging
else around intuition
it.
that you want to share, please share.
Can I just
Okay.
take us out on gratitude?
Yes, please.
All right.
All right.
Well, super grateful for Rainbow Soul and the Rainbow Soul community and all of you unifying to pray for peace. There's just one thing left to do. Please hear me say thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for what you've been through. Thank you. Please hear me say thank you, Hollis and Lacrosse. Thank you, Cricket, for your beautiful words. Thank you, even Aaron, for adding to this prayer. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Thank you to all the listeners, Sandy and Hannah and Quellen and Jonathan, every one of you, and all that you do. Please hear me say thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you've been through. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that beautiful song. This is one of my favorites, actually. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I that through that song, I actually learned how to say thank you in sign language, which I felt like a big accomplishment. This is how you say thank you.
That's great.
So, anyway, I want to thank all of you tonight for tuning in to Rainbow Soul. Thank you for being part of this ritual. Thank you for helping us pray for peace. Thank you for being part. Thank you for everyone that said prayers. Thank you, all of you, to the Rainbow Soul Ritual team. Thank you so much for being part of this.
Mm,
And may peace prevail on earth.
indeed. May peace prevail on earth.
Good night.
Like,
Thank you for watching Rainbow Soul, a queer perspective on spirituality beyond religion. We appreciate you sharing the show on your timeline, follow us on social media of your choice, and join our Facebook group, Rainbow Soul. We want to hear from you. Share your topic ideas for Hollis and Lacrosse. Explore upcoming shows and interesting guests. The Rainbow Soul Facebook group, where we build community of questioning seekers. Rainbow Soul, where spirituality is our medicine.
Support Rainbow Soul. Check out the Rainbow Soul merchandise for your favorite new shirt. A variety of colors and styles to suit your taste. Show off your love for Rainbow Soul. Get cool designs with your favorite quotes. Designs come in a variety of colors so that you can express your most authentic self. Support Rainbow Soul in spreading the word that queer, gender variant, intersex, transgender is sacred. Rainbow Soul, putting the soul back into queer. Order your unique Rainbow Soul merchandise at rainbowsoul.show.
Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So what exactly does that mean? It is a figure of speech in reference to a person who has dabbled in many things rather than gaining expertise by only focusing on one. So much knowledge and wisdom out there, at our fingertips, yet so difficult to grasp. Everything and everyone has a little piece of the truth, and it is up to us to determine what our truth is. In this busy world, creating the time, the space to nourish our bodies, mind, and soul has become a difficult task. So let's take a moment to learn something small, in whatever way the universe decides to reveal it. It could be someone's story, a quote, a spiritual practice, maybe a song or a movie. The opportunities are limitless and all around us if we just take a moment to see. We are all students of life experiences, so let us learn from one another. There is no right or wrong path. There is only your path and your journey. So let's begin our adventure and explore all the world has to offer, and let us become a master of none.
In the land of Africa, there lives a hippo who learns to overcome being different through an ecstatic dance experience. Sometimes life is sweet, and sometimes life stings. It's up to you to decide. What are you willing to be? Asks the honeybee. The firefly reminds us that only you can shine your light. The butterfly speaks of the wonder of transformation, while the moon helps the hippo feel a confident glow. Find out what happens in a hippo dance trance. This beautifully illustrated book presents expressive artwork through gender-neutral characters that deliver messages about being yourself, perspective, and personal transformation. Order today at brighthawkproductions.com. Divine Androgen, a sacred path for gender variant people. This book details Hollis' story, including some insights into their traumatic childhood, their gender experience, and how they now celebrate empowerment as a non-binary person in a binary world. Hollis details a path for gender variant people for personal empowerment, acknowledging that all paths, all queers, are sacred. There is nothing wrong with anyone that is queer identifying. This book supports any kind of transition, gender fluid people, queer folks, transgender people, anyone bending the binary. This book supports healing from our past, defining our truth, and harvesting our authenticity. This book supports the spiritual part of the journey and lands in your own expression of authenticity. A path of consciousness, not religion. This book is not religious and is in no way related to Christianity except perhaps in opposition. Choose empowerment. Choose to honor your divine androgen. Order today at www.divineandrogen.com.